Happy Thursday. This is my, excuse me. Just get on and then I have to cough in your faces. This is my Thursday weekly um, theme show. And so this week our theme is shakers. So let's shake it up. I have all things shakers. Let me turn this around. Sorry, I'm having a cough attack. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Hello, El Gargon. Have some cute little, sorry for crunching on ice, cute little vintage shakers, mostly vintage. Some of them are a little more contemporary, but I just usually buy them and I realized I had a full lot of them. So here we go with some shakers. I don't think I have any pre-bids, but let me double check. No pre-bids, but I just will go down the shop in order. If you see anything you'd like me to pull up ahead of time, let me know. I'm glad to do that for you. So the first thing we have, of course, is the largest thing, or at least it has the most pieces. It is a 6-piece spice set. When I pull this up on in my research, it's missing. It came in a box. It is a full set of 6, as intended. Hello, Mama. And it has, for the most part, it's intact. This is a glaze miss. It isn't a chip, but the sugar, I think I put in the description, does have a chip here. Hi, J Sweet, on the base. So I think some of them have their cork stoppers. Oh, it looks like just one is missing. Cinnamon is missing its cork stopper. So I think these might be cherries. I'm not sure. They're kind of red and yellow, so maybe some type of berry. Definitely vintage in good condition. There is some crazing. Probably need a little wash up, but they are missing. They originally came in it was like a little box with like a little shadow box, and you just slid the shakers inside there. But it is a cute little vintage set. That's sticker residue there. A few little pits on the back of that one of pepper. Here's paprika. Had this for a while, actually. I don't know why I didn't run it before. And then the salt. For the most part, like I said, just one. I have some cork stoppers. I can probably fix this and put a stopper in there to make it complete. So this 6-piece set is going to start at 12, and it is running. And we're off. Hope everyone's Thursday is going nicely. I cannot believe it's Thursday already this week. I don't know where the days go. All right, let me put those back. I can always pull them up again if there's interest. Sorry for being slow. I'm using my right hand, my right arm, and that's my surgery arm. Getting so much better, having better range of motion. I have about 6 more weeks of physical therapy and I'm done, which is nice. All right, so this next set is an artichoke. I put artichokes. I meant to put asparagus. It is asparagus, a bundle of asparagus missing its stopper. Hi, Cass. And then a bundle of radishes has its stopper. This feels to me like maybe it just is newer. It's not a vintage set, but it's still a cute little vegetable set starting at 5, and it's running. I hope. When did you sneak in? Disregard the artichoke. It should say asparagus. Oh, here we go. My phone is already glitching. All right, let's put that one back. These are a cute little set of Avon. They are marked, one of them is marked Avon. A cute set of white bunnies. And we have a salt and pepper, one with 2 holes, one with 3 holes. They're the white bunnies with the pink eyes. The one is holding a little flower, has its stopper, has a number. I think maybe that, I don't know if that's 983. It means it was made in 83, so it could be vintage, possibly. Little bunny set. Let me get my phone down there a little bit more. Starting at 5, and it's running. I know people collect the salt and pepper shakers, so I'm sure people are just looking for something that's missing in their little collection. I hope I have it. Otherwise, they also make cute little figurines. Sometimes, I pick one up and I don't realize that it's actually a shaker until I give it the once over. And that's how you end up with one shaker versus a set of shakers, right? Here's a beautiful set of Bavarian porcelain.
Here's some info about area.
Oh, my watch is trying to answer that. But it's marked Bavaria. This one's missing the stopper. They're both missing the stopper. No major damage. They are signed by the artist. Beautiful gold on the top with the chrysanthemums. And then nothing on that other corner. I'm looking at this one really closely. I do see that is a crack, my friends. So I'm going to lower this to $1 because of that crack. It's just, if someone's still interested and not going to use it, I think it's still usable, but it has definitely had, you can kind of hear it too. I'm just now seeing that. So we're going to run it for $1. Just know that it does have a crack in it. Probably still usable because the crack kind of stops before it gets to the base. And you're not real aggressive with these. It is just when you set it down, it might be something that you want to take care with. But it's too gorgeous not to at least run for $1. Beautiful set. You can use these for hat pins, hors d'oeuvres, those types of things too. That's too bad that has a crack. And I found it in a baggie, so I didn't pull it off the shelf, and that's probably how they probably in the baggie were pounding against each other. That's really sad. All right, what's next? How about something for your barbecue, for a picnic? These are the beer mug, salt and pepper shakers. I did wash the tops. They were a little dirty. They are vintage. I don't know if this is Bakelite or not. It could just be plastic, which I guess Bakelite is plastic, but the handles are different. Usually the handles are wooden on these. I could not find another one that had this type of plastic handle on it. You have salt, you have pepper in great working condition. They have this mark. It's like a U on the base, or is that it's a U. A lot of these say Anchor Hocking, but that is not the Anchor Hocking mark unless it's really just, kind of spread out. But this is going to be $5 for this set, and it's running. Great to have next to your barbecue, taking camping, or maybe just in a man cave, anything like that. Hi, Emily. Welcome in. Yeah, I'll set those aside. Take a look in the shop. I'm just going down in order, but I'm happy to rerun anything. All right. I do have the Blue Delft set, which is pretty spectacular. It does say Solvang on this. In fact, I've been to Solvang, California. It's a beautiful Dutch-looking city. The houses are all built in that area, and then there's a little downtown square area that has all these little shops and restaurants. It's a lovely area. It's in Buellton, California, just outside of Buellton. It's along the PCH going up north. But you've got this cute little gentleman and the girl. They have no damage. Here is the base that they live in. It does say Blue Delft hand painted on here. Gorgeous little windmill. If you don't want to display it with Solvay, you can always turn it around to the back and that doesn't have to show. That's going to start at 8 and it's running. It's a nice set. I always try to pick up Blue Delft. I think I ran on Monday, or maybe it was last week. I found a Blue Delft tulip vase, and that already sold on another network. It's something that people, highly collectible by people. They really like it. I think it's gorgeous because blue is my favorite color. I know it's not Christmas. We're way off from Christmas, but I do have a couple of winter salt and pepper shakers. This is just some children with their maybe their Christmas gifts. The little boy has a rocking horse and a hammer. Hope he's not going to use the hammer on the rocking horse. And the little girl has a doll. They both have their stoppers. These are also Avon, and it says 1983, but they are cute, even as figurines for your Christmas decor. And that's going to start at 4 and it's running. I do have some treasure craft owl shakers. Those are cute. And then some of old Trader Vic salt and pepper shaker too. I'm not sure if you saw those in my shop, but those are, hi Lala. Those are highly collectible as well. These next ones, I'm not sure. Maybe you guys can help me. First of all, this one does have a little chip on it, but I think it's just kind of hidden in that groove. But I don't know. What are these? They're yellow and they're orange. I just put a citrus fruit. Let me pull these up real quick. I'm going to have to lower that price to $3 because of that little chip right there. So I'm lowering the price. What do you think? What are these? Kumquats, lemons, oranges, tangerines, some type of citrus, I think. Those are going to run for $3, and they are running in pretty good condition, just a little greasy, oily from being displayed. I try to clean up anything that is like the top of those beer mug shakers. It was yucky. I try to clean up anything that looks too awfully yucky. Some of these even come with the salt and pepper still inside them. Here's a cute little set of corn cob shakers. They're smaller. I'm not sure. I think this might be a leaf of something. I'm not sure what that is. Part of the stock. I don't know. But they're two little salt and pepper shakers. Both of them have their original stoppers in them. I think they were 1.5 inches tall. $3 for that cute set. Oh, a pat of butter. Thank you. Memories. That probably is, and it's melting, huh? Oh, you guys are always so on it. I'm telling you. I feel like since I retired, my brain is not as sharp as it used to be. But I'm so happy I have you guys to keep me in line. Thank you for looking at them. This I bought. It's unused because I love salt cellars, and it's made in Israel. It's unused. It still has its tag on here. It says Art Judaica, and then it says it has an Israel.com website on it, and it's the same on both sides. Looks like it has some crystals inside the handle here, and then this is crystal topper on that to lift it. They're both sitting on this mirror, and then the lids come off like this. So it's more of like a salt and pepper cellar, so you'd be able to get to your salt. Maybe, you have a spoon, or you just take a pinch with your finger, or use a spoon that you have in your setting, but very beautiful. It could be, a trinket dish too, for rings and baubles and such. I just assumed it was more like a salt and pepper shaker cellar, but it's going to start at 7 and it's running. But it's just beautiful, beautiful, nice glass, nice crystal, very sparkly. and shiny and different. Not something you see all the time. Let me show you the base of this. Oh, so you can see I'm not making much off of it. High grade glass handmade. I think that's basically what I said, isn't it? That it felt good, like nice glass. Okay, we'll put that aside. And this is, I think, a more contemporary set, but they're like squash. We've got this gourd, and it looks like a pumpkin, so, or some type of squash in good condition. One's missing a stopper. But if you, nice fall is coming up, it's a nice, either you can just turn them so that they don't show, that the pepper, you can use them as decor. This is starting at 4 and it's running. I have some really nice Germany salt and pepper shakers too. I've got some old antique looking, probably early 1900s, late 1800s shakers too. So I tried to do just a selection of a bunch of different things. These, I think, are just hilarious. They're the gag ones, you know, the humorous ones. So they're outhouses. And this one says, I'm full of pea, and I'm sure that the pea means pepper, but using your imagination, you could probably think of something else that starts with a P that it could be associated with an outhouse. This one I mentioned, in it has a chip on the pepper that looks like it's been repaired. Not too bad, but if you look closely, you can see it there. And then this one is I'm full of, and then it has the S there. So it's kind of gag gift kind of things. They're lots of fun. I love them. They're going to start at 3 and they're running, or they were going to run. There they go. So don't be shy. If there's something you want to see, let me know. Also, this is my Thursday theme show this week. I also do a Monday weekly finds, and I've got some great finds. I found some glass mushrooms that will be on my show on Monday. And I've got some other good vintage items, a lot of vintage variety. And that show is on Mondays at the same time at 9 o'clock. And then Thursday is my weekly theme show. This theme show today is, of course, salt and pepper shakers, or shakers. So for those of you who love the dolphins or the ocean, these need a little cleanup on them, but they are iridized. They're dolphins that are kind of tail up on the waves. This one has its original stopper, no chips. This one, same, original stopper, no chips, just kind of dirty. I can feel it. But they're sweet little dolphins starting at 4. The older ones, yeah, I can show those to you. That's this one here. I'll show those next. And then those are I think the only antique ones I have. And then we'll look at those. All right, little dolphins, off you go. And let's take a look at what we consider eat glass, right? Early American pattern glass. Press glass is also, they say press glass, but the eat glass goes until 1909. So I would say these are probably early American pattern glass. They have been flashed in cranberry on the top, really nicely, nice and thick. It's not cut to clear because these flare out. This is probably the pattern that they would name this, would be this skirt on the bottom. It does have its original tin, as you can see, that's a tin tops on them. And then here you can kind of see that the cranberry is flashed on them. And then that one goes on just fine. And then here is the second one, also in great condition. Maybe a little flea bite right there, but unseen once the top is on. And those are going to start at 5 and they're running. Thank you, Lala. Yeah, and then I would say the majority of everything else. I'll show you the other ones. They're not as old as this. They're not antique, but they are older. They're the German ones that I have. I'll show those next. Hi, Angie. All right. Thank you, Lala. Beautiful set there. I had a friend I used to call Lala. I called him Lala because he liked to sing. La, la, la. You get it, right? Let me find those older. These are Nippon. I'm sorry, they're not German. Noritake, but they are gorgeous. Look at this. They're iridized. Then they have these roses on each panel, and then the gold top. They are signed right there, Noritake Nippon. Somebody had used tape to stop it up. This one has its original cork, but gorgeous. Look at the painting on that. Pretty sure it's painting. I'm looking. Yeah, you can kind of see the brush strokes in there. Beautiful, beautiful Nippon set, starting at 10 and it's running. Hi, Barbara. Welcome in. This set here is Bavarian, but one of them has a crack in it, but I'm only running those for $1. So if you're interested in that set, I can run them again. Thank you, Lala. These are gorgeous. And you see the iridescence on there? Isn't that beautiful how they do that? In great condition. Thank you, Lala. These are beautiful. You have 2 beautiful sets so far. And then these are such a dainty little set of salt and peppers. I love the little flowers on them. These have the older tin lids on them as well. You can kind of see. This one's marked Thomas, Germany. But look at the beautiful this one has just pink flowers all the way around. And I guess this would how you determine, what's pepper, what's salt, possibly. And then these have a mixture of different colored flowers. The lids are in excellent condition and they have no chips or cracks on them. Again, Thomas, Germany. And these are going to run for 6 and they're running. They're just so tiny. They could be just for a little tea, a little individual breakfast, or for display. They're just gorgeous. Let's see, what's next? Going back down the line, how about a set of Lenox? They look newer. They are marked Lenox. I did look them up. They're called Winter Greeting Bird Salt and Pepper Shakers. Hi, Thrifty Joe, welcome in. They are the winter, like it says, great greetings. This one has a candy cane with a holly, and it's a cardinal with its wings splayed. This one says Lenox right here. Has its original stopper, more contemporary. Not sure if this might be the female cardinal, also with a candy cane and a little ribbon. It does say here, individual unit is part of a set. So it's just telling you that there's another one of these, and it is a salt and pepper shaker set. In great condition, unused. Looks like they're just out of the box. Hi, Mary J. Welcome in. $10 for that set, and they're running. Take a look in the shop. Let me know if there's something you'd like me to pull up. Otherwise, I'm just going down. Oh, that's so sweet to say hi to everybody. I like that. Well, these will have to go back in my holiday box. I have boxes that have different holiday stuff that I save for when they're more in line with the time of year. So this one, it is a shaker. It's a sugar shaker. It is lusterware. It has some orange or peach luster. It is made in Japan, hand painted, made in Japan. This one has its original stopper. Might need a little coaxing out of there gently. This has no damage, but this has a repaired handle. You can see maybe this section right here was glued back in or is ready to break off. I'm not sure. I don't see any glue residue. So I'm offering them as a set, the creamer and the sugar, because they match, right? So even though it's a creamer and a sugar, but it is a shaker, so that's why I put it in. And this one's going to run for 10, and usually the set would run for about 8 each, so it's still a good deal on this. I like the little lightning bolt effect that they have on the decoration there. All right. Thanks for looking at that and putting up with me crunching on ice. It's going to be 113 in Phoenix today, so making sure to keep myself hydrated. We had Nippon just a minute ago. This is just a hand-painted. It could be a trinket tray. It's probably meant as a salt cellar, maybe a master, but it's just beautiful anyway. And so being that it is a salt cellar, that is why I'm offering it today. $3 start on this beautiful hand-painted Nippon, and it's running. Just have one, unfortunately. Now, some of my other salt cellars I have multiples of, but that's why I think this would make a beautiful little ring, a ring tray. You could just put your rings in it. Perfect size. So dainty. I love that shape. All right. Thank you for looking at it. And then I have another pair. These are a Moriage. That's that puffy style of painting. They are marked China, but they are done in, it's hand-painted Nippon from China, but they are done in the style of that Moriage, that Japanese raised puffy paint. There are 2 of them. Again, these can be master salt and pepper, or they could just be trinket dishes, but they're getting 2. So you're getting the 2 for 6, starting at 6, and they're running. Have quite a few little salt cellars today. But mix and match is always a good thing too. So if you need a set of 8, you can mix and match and they still look beautiful. And they're still functional, right? All righty. How about Thanksgiving? I know it's still a ways off, but the way time is flying for me, I'll probably blink and it will be here. So I better take advantage of them right now. So it's a pilgrim man and woman. These look to be a lot older. They, you can see the painting is fading on them. They do not have stoppers. They are salt and pepper shakers, though. Hi, Susie. Pilgrim girl or woman, and the pilgrim man. Chipping paint, very old, probably not that baked on paint that stays nice, but so I would be careful in cleaning them. $3 for this set, and it's running. Looks like she's holding a little bag. Great for just, salt and pepper shakers are just great for decor too. So if you need a Thanksgiving, decor, you could have a little pilgrim set here. They are cute. I agree. I've got a set of turkeys here too, so you could have the pilgrims with the turkey. All right, put those in place. They can come back if you want to see them again. And these are just interesting. These would be good for like a man cave or a barbecue, right? Or maybe tailgating. They're just kind of unique. That's why I picked these up. 8-ball and a 5-ball pool ball salt and pepper shakers. I'm going to lower the price on these. I'm going to put them up for $3. And football season has started, so these would be great for any of those. They're running for $3 start. Need a little wash, but otherwise in good working condition. Just not something you see all the time. All right. Put them back. Move some stuff over to make room. My son bought me these shelves that I have all behind me here. It's like a half circle, or you could just use one, or you can use two. I thought that was really nice of him. And today it's like I can fit almost all the shakers on it. It's nice. He's like, Mom, you could use this in your shows. He does shows too, but he's so nice, always thinking of me. He knows I have small stuff. He does jewelry mainly. Here's a ribbed beehive. I should say B-E-E, not B-E. It is only the pepper shaker, but it is the tulip on here. This is not glowing. It does not glow at all. I will show you. Here's my light, and it's not glowing. A lot of these came across as Anchor Hawking, but it's still a neat little shaker. And that one's going to start at, I'm going to lower the price, $5. Let's make it a $5. And it's running. Oh, no, it's not. Now it's running. There we go. He's not on this, he's not part of the knickknacks. So, but he does come into my shows sometimes. Yeah, I followed Jocelyn when she started. So, I like it here. I'm just going to say that I love it here. But thank you for offering to follow him. That is so nice of you. If you see him, he's Charlie's Uniques. He comes in. I didn't let him know I was having a show today. Usually I'll share the show with him and then he comes in, but today he didn't. So this is, I know if he ever does, for sure, he probably would have the same name. That's the name of his business, is Charlie's Unique. So you could look him up. I think he has some other outlets too, besides the other auction outlet. So this is Cambridge glass. It definitely has the Cambridge mark, which it goes this way. Is that triangle? And then there's a C in it. Can you see that? There it is. I love this. It's like a master salt, but look at the 4 little feet, or 4 little feet. Beautiful ruby glass. Lovely little scalloped edges. It's just so sweet. It could be a cellar. It could be a trinket dish, anything you like. I am selling from Phoenix, Arizona. Well, actually north of Phoenix, in a place called New River. So we get a little bit cooler temperatures up this way because we're a little higher. But yeah, that's where I'm coming from. And he's in kind of western Phoenix and Surprise. And then my daughter, she sells too. It's a family thing. Thank you so much for looking at that beautiful dish. All right, how about some more salt cellars? Now these are marked, hand painted Nippon. You can see here. Let me move that to stage. Beautiful little Moriage raised puffy painted floral baskets. And they have these beautiful little flowers inside too. Isn't that beautiful? Only a set of 3, but still gorgeous, still functional. And those are going to run for $5. Where are you at, Thrifty Joe? Maryland. Because I come on early for Arizona. So I really oftentimes just see a lot of people from the back east. But I know that if a lot of people, sometimes if I come in the afternoon, I get more of the Western Coast people. That's not to say that I don't sometimes see people from Oregon and Washington and Texas, but mainly a lot of from back east, which I don't care. We're all friends. I love it. This is just a good time. I'm a morning person, so I don't mind coming in early and doing my shows and hanging out with my Midwest people, right? So the next we have are a bunch of these clear salt cellars. I have different sets, and then one set that is a mixture. So this is a set of 4. This rectangular one, it has an anomaly in the making. It's just folded, the glass folded in. It's not a chip. It's not ground. It's just doesn't look like the other ones. But there are 4 of them. They are rectangular. Also make good little ring dishes. Set of 4, $3, and they're running. What's the weather like in Maryland? Are you guys getting a lot of humidity? Any rain? I know that the East Coast is looking at that hurricane. Is that going to get up to you guys? Was it Hurricane Aaron? I saw the humid. I bet. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't. In Arizona, it's really hot, but we very rarely have humidity. But if it gets up to 100, 102, 105, like tonight, we're supposedly going to maybe get a little of rain. The humidity kills you, man. Oh, it's just awful. Here's another set of 4. These are nicer glass than that last set. And I said they're kind of like a column. They have these columns on them. Do you see right here? And the little star in the base. The glass is a little bit nicer. They did High Heart. They did a nice job. This is probably pressed glass. They pressed it into a mold. There's a set of 4. No chipping. That I'm just going to go back over them because some of them, I thought I got rid of all the ones that were chipped. That's not a chip. It's just a little bump where it didn't press quite. All right, that one's going to be $3 start for that set of 4. Hi, Amber. Welcome in. We just need the rains to start. We get something called monsoon season out here, and it's been so warm that it's just hard to get that. We've been having some of those heat waves, and it's hard to get that the barometer to be the right conditions for the rain to start. So we're hoping for tonight, and then next week we have some real good chances of rain. So that'll be nice. These are also pressed. There are 5 of them. These have more of a rough texture on the outside. You can kind of see how that looks, bumpy. They do have some pitting, some flea bites on some of the edges. Let me find one. Here's one that has, it's hard to say if that's a flea bite. It's not a chip, but it's just not pressed correctly into the mold. Hi, Daisy. Welcome in. But this is a set of 5. They're still beautiful. Wish I had some spoons to go with it. This one, again, not a chip, more of an anomaly in the pressing of it into the mold. So this is pressed glass, but very pretty. Set of 5 for $4. And we're going to be gone beginning of September because we're going up to the cooler weather and go do some fishing in the mountains. Get out of the desert for a little while. I love to fish. It's been a while. I had rotator cuff surgery, and so there's been no, and the injury prior to that, so there's been no fishing for a while. I'm missing it. These are absolutely gorgeous, and unfortunately, again, a set of 5, but I can't pass up dishes like this. Look at how gorgeous these are. So these are not marked. Whoops, that didn't move to stage. There it goes. But look at the gorgeous painting on these. Has the gold accents. It's kind of looks like a crown. Like if you turn it upside down, it could be a crown. All hand painted with gold accents. Look at that. I'm looking. Yep, I see the little brush marks on the flowers. So they are hand painted, and again unmarked. Gorgeous little salt cellar set of 5. Hi, Shaky. And they are running. Oh, excellent idea. or orbs too, right? Let me grab here, let me get one of my smaller little paperweights. Ah, good idea. Let's demo it. Look. Oh, look at how pretty that looks. What an amazing idea. Here's a little tiny one. Look at that, guys. I bet you could do a bigger one too. Let me get a bigger paperweight. Let me see. What do I have that's bigger? This one's a little bigger. And then look at this. Oh my gosh, that is such a neat idea. Look at it, guys. Isn't that beautiful? That's a little bit bigger. That's not the biggest one I have, but that even goes better than the other one because of the little butterfly. It's so beautiful. Look how creative you guys are. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, now we know I can start to, when I do paperweights, I can put them in these as bases and see if we can't get some good homes there. What a neat idea, Thrifty. You are so smart. Here's a set of individual garlic and tomato. They were in a bag together and they all match. So I just assumed that maybe, if you had a dinner party or something and you wanted each person to have their own salt and pepper shaker, that you could, there's a setting for 6. You learned it here. See? Now when you find some, you'll know, hey, I can use those as paperweight holders. So smart. Hi, Mama. And these are they look a little more contemporary, although that looks like an older stopper. Maybe vintage. Garlic and clove, not a clove, but a bunch of garlic, starting at 9, and it's running. Yeah, maybe like for a little tea party, or, you got get your own salt and pepper, or maybe it's a long table and you don't have, want to have to pass the salt and pepper around. You can just kind of put it in 3 different areas. There you go. Like I said, I find a lot of my shakers in baggies. So, okay, this is the mix and match here. These are what I had left. Now there is one beautiful, I think. This one here. No, where is it? Is it this one? I thought one of these, yeah, this one might be Czechoslovakian glass, because I had some others similar, but it's beautiful. Look at the cut in that. Beautiful. So it's got one of different kinds. So here's another kind. Jocelyn has me thinking about mismatching everything with her little B&B ideas of mismatching the restaurant wear, So I'm like, okay, don't be afraid of it mismatching. If you, can get a set of something, but they're all different. So what? They all have the same purpose, right? So that one's going to start at 5 and it's running. Oh, Thrifty, I have lots of paperweights. We can do one today if you want to. My husband's up helping his mom. So I was thinking maybe I can just keep the show going, and so let's try that after we're done running everything. I'll pull some paperweights and we'll put them in the little Nippon, or I don't know if those are Nippon, those little hand painted ones, and you can see if you like any of my paperweights. Set of 7. Oh, that's what I'm like, where do I have 7 of these? Let me show you. This is a set of 7. And let's see, I think one of them I could read. It just says hand painted Nippon. The ceramic on these don't feel as nice as the other ones. So, and even the glaze didn't cover the bottoms of these. So, it's not probably real Nippon, just done in the style of Nippon. But there are 7 of them, all in great condition. Almost to 8, but you could still do a party of 6. Or again, passing these down the table if it's long. And that's going to start at 7 and it's running. while that's running, I'm going to start thinking about some paperweights to pull. Because now I have to test that idea. I have lots of paperweights. All righty, let's see what's next. Oh, these are fun. They almost look like, the old, oh gosh, why can't I think? Well, it looks like a barber pole, kind of, right? They're striped. They look a little nostalgic, little retro. Shake and sprinkle. They are contemporary. Probably, 10 or 15 years. Highly love thrifting. And these are running for $5. But they're nice and big, so these would be good, near your stove, something like that, because they're nice and big and carry a lot of salt and pepper, or whatever else you want to sprinkle. All right. Let's see. These are branded Talavera, but I would use them if I don't use Talavera in my decor per se. I love it, but it's just I'm not there in that decor kind of style yet. They are branded with La Quinta Resort and Club, but you could turn them this way. Beautiful Talavera, made in Mexico. Again, just turn La Quinta to the other side. This side is more beautiful anyway. Salt and pepper shakers with their stoppers, starting at $3, and they are running. A lot of this I have run before. Some, I wouldn't say a lot, some of it, not as I've run before, so they have lower prices. So all right. How are we getting on this? We've got, we still quite about 6 or 7 items. So being in Arizona, I actually do live close to Tombstone and the real Boot Hill. This one is from Nevada, this set. So I did mark in the description that this one has a chip up here. Easy to remedy. Just get a brown marker, finish writing here, write boot here, then take some, why can't I think, varnish or whatever, and you can make that look a little bit more shiny like the rest of it. But here it is. Boot Hill. Here lies Pepper Tate. Hanged by mistake. He was right. We was wrong. But we strung him up and now he's gone. And this says this is from Nevada. So it is you can see the crazy on it. They are older. I actually was watching a Jocelyn video, and she picked up one. I can't remember which one she found, but was it in that guy's, remember the guy that had all of those bottles in his basement or out in his barn? She picked it up from him. But here, this is both the set. Boot Hill, here lies Salty O'Day. Hostheap, a rope, necktie, an old oak tree, and Salty wasn't what he used to be. These are so fun. Oh my goodness. So this fun set of Tombstone salt and pepper set, $7, and it's running. Just a souvenir, I would imagine, since it's marked Nevada. I don't know, maybe they have a Boot Hill in Nevada. It seems like they almost have a, Boot Hill in a lot of places. Where did I go through the other day and there was a Boot Hill? Prescott, I think, Arizona, which is where my husband is today. All right, here's the Treasure Craft owls. These are so amazing. Let me get them. I'm afraid that if I pick them up, there we go. Now I will tell you, this is marked as a California souvenir like this. Okay, so it is meant this way, but I believe that you can turn this around, turn your owls around, and now it doesn't have to be a California display, right? So Treasure Craft This one's going to need a little help with the stopper, but I like it just for the owls. Owls are such a big thing, and I love the enamel inside of her eyes and her flowers. And then same thing here, but his flowers are on his chest. He's got his complete full stopper. And I'm not even sure if this medallion might even be able to be taken off if you want it off completely, but I just turned it around and it looks cute and ready to go. And it's going to start at 12 and it's running. So sweet. Sorry about the glitchy phone, guys. It just decides to do this on occasion. It doesn't like the background. All right, thanks for looking at them. And then these guys had a few likes before the show. Turtles with the flowers on them. This one is on his shell on his back. Hi, Lady Luck. Welcome in. Isn't he cute? Oh my goodness, Mimi, you rated me? Hi guys, welcome in. Come on in. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Mimi. You too. Everybody, if you do not follow Mimi, please do. And thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you. That's so nice. Here, let's do something fun. Let's find something to run. I'm not going to run the turtles, but oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's run these little bunny salt and pepper shakers. Let me pull them back up. I'm going to change the price. Let's do $1 on them. Let's edit. And thank you, Mimi. This is for you. Thank you for the raid. Come on. Won't let me edit for some reason. Let's go back. Restart auction. Now go ahead and edit. There we go. Now I can get it down to $1. All right, here we go. It's getting up to stage. And it's running for $1. Hi, Nina. Everybody, thank you. Come on in. I'm getting to the tail end of my show, but one of our people, Miss Thrifty Joe down here, found a way, had an idea to put paperweights on little salt cellars. I have these little round salt cellars, and we demoed some, and oh my gosh, are they the most gorgeous things. So we're going to, at the very end, do a few little paperweights with those in the base of them and see how you all like it. So I think Thrifty likes it a lot, and she likes paperweights. So we're just going to do that on the fly. Here we go. Here are these gorgeous little turtles. This one is on his back. He's got his stopper. Look at him. He's so cute. And then this one is upright. Such cute little turtle friends. And they are going to start at 7, and they're running. Hope everyone's Thursday is going well. This is my Thursday theme show. Salt and peppers, shakers, shaking it up. You got it. I will do that. All right, let's put these guys. Okay, so the 6 mismatched are in clear glass. A lot of them are pressed. Like this one is definitely a pressed cellar. No problems there. This one is probably crystal, possibly check, as some sticker residue. Hi, Jane. I have 2 oval ones. I have this just straight oval one, and then this little ruffled look oval. It looks like it might have an inner crack there, but I don't feel anything on the outside. It's on the inside. Might be the way that it was pressed too. We've got this one and then this square one. And let me pull those up on the thing here. If I can find it. Mix, mismatch. There we go. Start auction. And they're coming to stage right now. And they're running. And then I have some other sets here too. We can mismatch some of the other sets. I have a set of 5 and 2 sets of 4 in clear. So if you wanted me to run some of those together, thank you, love. I can do that too. if you're interested. But if not, that's okay as well. Thank you, love. You've got that mix mismatch set. And the Nippon, is it this Nippon? Because I have a few Nippon. We've got these basket Nippons. These are, I think, China. No, these are Japan. I also have this set of 2 China Nippon. The single one. Oh, yes. Thank you. This one right here. That helps a lot. Let me go back and find it. And it's on the stage, and it is running. Beautiful little Nippon, marked very faintly Noritake Nippon. Great as like a little trinket dish or just a master salt, an open salt. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Nina. Hi, Joanna neighbor. Welcome in. So Nina, since you missed out on that mismatch of 6, do you want to maybe, I have 4 of these and I have 4 of these. I could put them together for an 8 and run them at like $8. Okay, let me put them all out here so you can see, and I'll show them. These have columns. Then these are just the rectangular ones. So that would be a set of 8, which would be a nice 8 place setting, wouldn't it? Let me add that in and take a picture so that I know this is what you've got. And we're going to do 8 mismatch for $8. All right. It is on the stage, and we're going to run that. And it's running. And then I do have a set of 5 of these pressed if anyone's interested too. But all right, let me get a drink of water while I stop talking. You got it, love. Thank you, Nina. Nice little set. Wish I very rarely find the little salt spoons, but I sure wish someday that I find like a whole bunch of them. So this is a set of 5. Some of them have a few little flea bites on them, but nothing major. The ones that had major flea bites I tossed because they had. This is not a chip, but it's just that it didn't get pressed completely down into the mold. So I think there's 2 like that just kind of have an anomaly where it didn't get pressed all the way. Set of 5. Let me put that on the stage for you. Let's see. And they are on the stage and they are running. I do have some other sets of salt cellars, master salts, open salts. And then I think we have about 4 more salt and pepper shakers. And then we were going to test something out with my, thank you, love. Those are going to you. Beautiful, beautiful. These are just interesting. I really do believe I saw these as a kid. You know, I live in Arizona, so we have Route 66 going through. I know that either my aunts or my grandmothers had a set of these. These are rocks. I think I put, vintage rock-sided salt. And look at the rocks on there. And they have the metal lids. They are very vintage. Come on, lid. Since my surgery, guys, I just can't do very well with the lids. They do come off, though. I've had them off. They're clear glass, but they're just have rocks around them. These are just so cool. $7 start on those. And then I have a set of 3 that has the 2 little and a toothpick, and those are shell covered. Isn't it fun? Yes, I can do that for you, Nina. Oh, you're so sweet, love. I just know she did. I remember those as a kid. All right, here's the set of two. Let me get those back up on the restart the auction. You're coming to stage. These have a little bit of that Moriage puffed, paint on them. Beautiful flowers, marked, hand painted Nippon from China, and it is running. There are two of them, just sweet. Great for rings, trinkets. And I do have these beautiful little basket ones too, and then a set of 7. Whoops. There you go, Nina. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm glad you like the little salt cellars. I like them too. I pick them up whenever I see them. Did you also see, look at this Master Salt. It's Cambridge glass. I only have the one, but it is just stunning too. So there you go. All right, so here's the other set, similar to the one I just showed, but they're covered, glued on, looks like rock bits and shells. I don't know why. I don't know why my phone doesn't like the word shell. It always makes it into shield. Oh, exactly. Nick Jannywhack, we're hanging around. We have paperweights coming up because Thrifty Joe, she recommended them as paperweights, and I drew out some paperweights here. We're going to run a few paperweights with those as bases. So we've got the salt. This one, the lid works just fine if you get it off in the right area. Hi, D-Pace. And here's another one. Look at that. There's a little, it says Florida. I never realized that. Look at, yeah, they're like souvenir pieces. I remember. And then it also has the little toothpick. So it is the set of 3, and that's going to start at 7, and it's running. Yeah, marbles. Well, I already know the flower frogs for the marbles too, right? I have some marbles. I have glowy marbles. Thanks, Jane. Just kind of interesting, isn't it? It is fun, aren't they? So cute. Thanks, Jane. Interesting little souvenirs, right? And I know Thanksgiving isn't here yet, but these are vintage. You can tell by the cold paint on them, it is rubbing off. But really, turkeys do kind of have this really, hi, D. Fortman. Thanks for coming in. They have this mottled look on their head anyway. They look purple, black, red. So here's the tom turkey. He's stunning. Yes, the salt and pepper comes out his, hiney. There is somebody said he's going to be salt. So if you picked him up, you knew he was salt. And then they labeled this one pepper. And again, it comes out of the back end. These must come out really fast because they taped up some of the holes. But they also make great little figures, for decor. And they're going to start at 5 and they're running. Hey, maybe they want them to look more like figures, and so too. So they just hid the holes in. I used to have turkeys. I had a turkey named Ichabod when I was in high school, and he loved me. He followed me around, and he would puff and try to, and he'd let me hug him, and he'd stomp his little feet when I hugged him. So your description, I can actually visualize. And of course, I've also owned birds, cockatoos and parakeets, and not anymore though. All right, this is my last set in terms of shakers. So if there's anything that you see in the shop that you'd like me to show it or run again, let me know. But then after this, we're going to display some paperweights on top of these gorgeous salt cellars that I have, and see if any of you are into the paperweight on top of a salt cellar thing. Really? I love turkeys. They have a lot of personality. So these are Trader Vic's. They are vintage, older, salt and pepper. Looks like there's a little pepper left in that one. Trader Vic's on the back. They actually sell for a lot more than this, but I always give you guys better deals. And it's running. All righty. Is he asking for food, Jenny Wack? Is it like dinner time? Is he saying feed me? All right, we're going to put this one to the side. All right, so here's what we have. The plan to finish up is that I had 5 of these gorgeous little salts, hand painted. And are you here, Thrifty Joe? Because this is your show right here. Oh, he's wild. Oh my gosh. I've never heard of them coming up in the wild. So we're going to just kind of go with the flow here. And I have this paperweight here. I think I have it probably. I can look it up. And we can put it in. Let me see. On top of, look how beautiful this looks to display. All right. So I have this paperweight. It is probably made in China. That is that oval sticker here. Okay. And it is in this gorgeous hand-painted salt cellar. It's going to start at 10. You get the paperweight and the salt cellar. There you go. That's how we kind of marry the theme with something else. Thanks to Thrifty Joe, because she's the one that came up with this idea. And that's going to start at 10, and it's running. I just pulled a couple of paperweights. I can show what I have, and if there's something there that catches your eye, then I can pull that if we don't get some interest in some of this. I've got Pepper on my stage here. Thank you for the bid, Jane. Isn't that beautiful? Wait till you see this other one we kind of showed. Gorgeous. Jane, that's coming to you together. You get them both. Yay! All right. Here's the second one. I only have 5 of these. Look at this color combination. Oh my goodness. Here, let me show it to you. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Fits right in there. Let me find this paperweight real quick. And get that. And so now you get the paperweight and the little salt cellar together. Just let me find this. There it is. All right. So this is also probably Chinese, made in China. Beautiful little butterfly hovering over a flower. Yes, I will, Memories. Thank you. Definitely will. I think I got most of it. That's just residual because it's not like totally pouring out, but I will definitely take salt, give them a good shake and make sure there's nothing in them. Most of the ones that I purchased, I know don't have any in them because they were empty. So yes, perfect. Thank you for the reminder. All right, so Art Glass Butterfly, I'm going to change the price on this to 10 since we're kind of on that $10 price range right now. And let's see, that's updating. It's now $10 start. You get the paperweight and the little salt cellar, and that's running. Thank you, Jane. Jane, you can have a cute little collection of paperweights on a pedestal. Yeah, the turkey, I probably wouldn't because of that paint would come off. You have to be really careful. I know they don't have any though. I'm pretty certain. Yeah, they're empty. Just residual stuff. All right, Jane, congratulations. That one's yours too. Those are going together. Okay, here's another. Let's see. Let's try this one. I'm not sure who the maker is on this one. I don't know if this one's going to work as well. Nope, that one's not going to fit in there. Oh, here's a beautiful one that will. Nice polished base, blue flower with a bubble inside. Oh, yeah. That goes in there nicely. So let me find this paperweight. Beautiful. And if you don't like it, I do have others. Oh, there it is. It's on the stage. So it's the blue flower paperweight. Sits nicely in there on this little salt cellar base. $10 start, and it's running. Hello, KJ, always looking. Me too. I had FOMO almost every single day. You know, I'm like, I should probably not go shopping today, but I just can't resist, you know, and then I have to go shopping. Here's another. I think this is antique Chinese. Millefiori has more of a little polished base. This is, let me see how, yep, that one fits nicely. Let me see if that one comes up. And this one says there's scratches on the dome. So let me double check. I think that's just because it's older. It's probably, I wouldn't say antique, but very old. We're going to put that one up. Let me change that price to $10 since that's what we're going. Come on. Trying to keep things to $10. Come on, it didn't change. I know I'm talking to a computer or phone, guys. I do that all the time. Don't tell me you don't, because I bet you do. All right, it's running. If you like that one, let me see. This other one's too big. I've got a couple of smaller ones that'll fit. So I'll do 2 more, and then I'll do a table scan, and we'll go from there. This next one is a Caithness. It is a second. So this mark on a Caithness, Scotland, it's Caithness glass. The 2 marks in the middle mean it's a second, meaning that their quality control people saw something wrong that they didn't like. Perhaps the spiral, didn't end correctly. I can't find anything. Maybe they don't like the position of a bubble. Maybe that bubble was too big, but they've made this a second. So let's see how this one looks. Oh, that fits perfectly in there. Little spiral paperweight. If you've never owned Caithness, Scottish, this one's going to be a little more pricey. Let's see if I can find it. So we'll do this one and then one more. And then if we don't have any interest, we will scan what we have and be looking for somebody to raid into. Pass it on, right? Or pay it forward. That's what they say. I like to do that. All right. Oh, this one's $10 too, so that's good. But it is marked as a second, and it's going to run $10, and it's running. I do not find like major name mark, like Caithness or, oh gosh, what are some of the other paperweight makers? A lot here in Arizona, but this one I did. All right, and then the last one that we're going to try and see if anyone's interested is this beautiful little egg spiral, again, blue and white. And let's find it, and we'll run it, and then we'll check and see who might be available as I do my table scan. This one, we're going to lower the price on it to 10. And it's, oh, I forgot to bring it to the stage. There it is. Spiral blue and white egg. Does rock a little bit. Let me try a different base. Maybe that's better. And it is running. I'm going to go ahead and take the 3 little bases. I have 3 bases left. And I'm going to run those for $5 in case you want to try them with your own little paperweights at home. 3 salt cellars. And I said for $5. They're hand painted. They're not marked, but they are gorgeous. And they can, now we know that they've been demonstrated to hold paperweights. So let's run this one real quick. Add it to stream, move it to stage, and it is running in case someone's interested in the last 3 that are there. Thank you, Ruka. Let me do a little rearranging here. Get some of these up on this. Thank you, Ruka. Congratulations. They're gorgeous. Beautiful. All right. So I'm going to do a quick table scan so you can see what is left. Where'd my other? There he is. Okay. If you see anything you like, holler out. I taped my stand down to the table because it was kind of rickety. So we've got Trader Vic's there. We have, hi, Crazy Cash. Welcome in. We've got those rock covered, very vintage souvenir style salt and peppers. We've got this set of 7. They're not as good quality. They say Nippon on the bottom, but they're not even glazed on the bottom. We've got that set of 3 little basket salts, a Cambridge glass salt. That is a salt and pepper cellar from Israel. Got some pilgrims, some vegetables, some Treasure Craft owl shakers. We've got some blue Delft up there. Some neat little tombstone shakers. Just showing you what we have left before we get ready to raid into someone. That set of 6 vintage shakers there. That's a set of 6 individual salt and pepper shakers. That's a sugar shaker. I'm going to throw the creamer in with it. The creamer does have a handle issue. Some Lennox birds. That's what we have left. I don't see anybody stopping me, but let's see who we can raid into. Ooh, we have pottery. Let's do pottery. I don't think I've raided into Emily before. So I think we're going to go into Emily's Emporium and look at some pottery. I always like looking at the pottery, but first I wanted to say thank you to everybody. You see my face anyway, for coming in and joining me for the salt and pepper theme show today. I appreciate you so much, and I hope that I see you on Monday for my weekly finds show. I am going to give you a teaser. I won an auction for 2 glass mushrooms. They're not Viking. I think they're probably just vintage from San Francisco, probably via Japan, but they're cute little glass mushrooms. And I have some vintage glass. I have some Ellie Smith. I have some glowy glass this time. So join me on Monday, same time, 9 o'clock for my weekly finds. Thanks for being here today. Maybe I'll do a pop-up over the weekend with some jewelry, so be looking for me, and have a wonderful weekend. Let me turn you around. Let's go see Emily's Emporium and see what she has in the way of pottery. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.